Hello, I'm Millie, and I have a fear of being misunderstood. I don't know if the people in my life realize it or take as much heed to it, but there's always there's always a layer that I'm kind of keeping up at all times from them, what they're seeing, and then the real Jacob. And I didn't take as much stock into this when I was younger because I thought I was operating, but I've been taking a lot of time to really do some soul searching, some self discovery, and really sitting with like who I actually am versus who I present to be, essentially. And I think that makes life a lot lonelier because there's less people who really know me. Like it takes a long time for me to really open up to someone. And what's sparking this, me even recording this video, is I was watching a video about friendship and just relationships in general, and how, especially from my perspective as a man, how much weight uh, I could potentially put on my partner's shoulders because I ignore, not ignore, but I don't properly maintain friendships, and put more stock into them. I kind of just put everything on my partner's shoulders, and it's like, you're gonna be the person who makes me feel seen and makes everything feel worth it, and I have all these experiences with, and it got my brain just moving because to properly have a, a, a friendship or any type of relationship with that level of intimacy, there needs to be a certain level of, lifting the veil, essentially. And I don't know, I felt like I wanted to talk about it because this has just been my life. I don't know how many times I've really, really, like, maybe I could count it on one, maybe two hands, the amount of times where I've really, really lifted the veil and just gave 100% Millie, 100%. This is what I'm thinking, feeling. This is how I see this situation, and it's tough. It's almost like a defense mechanism. Like I'm doing it because I think if I present this way, this will give the best outcome for how this person feels and how they perceive me. And that sucks because they're not seeing me. They're seeing a character. It's like I'm an actor in my life. And it's a weird feeling because imagine just constantly being a character version of yourself instead of your actual self. And yeah, it's lonely. And so I guess that's the real reason why I'm even recording this video. I don't know if I'll post it, but just being able to get these feelings out because I do it so often. And growing up extremely aware kind of aided to it. Like I feel like I'd like to think I was more aware than most, especially at my age and just in general, and just, picking up on observations, or making observations, picking up on subtle hints or cues or how a person might feel in a situation. And so when you're constantly doing that, to make an analogy to like an anime, it's kind of like if I'm an Uchiha and like my Sharingan is constantly activated and there's no rest. So that kind of shaped, like, if that is happening, I don't know, in my mind, it takes a certain level of not caring to still do something, even though you know it might affect someone some way, or still say something, even if it's 100% me saying that, and knowing that it could cause someone to feel a level of discomfort, just never rubbed me the right way. But doing that sometimes is the way that a person gets to know the real me. And so I guess that's what I've been struggling with recently, is trying to give a little more of the real me to the people I care about. And it's one of those situations, at least to me, where it's as simple as you want to make it or as complicated as you want to make it. And for some reason, 9 times out of 10, I want to choose mentally the complicated route of, there's so many factors and variables that go into acting a certain way. And, what about down the line with this and that? And what if they can't trust you with these certain words or behaviors or whatever? Or I could take a step back and take the simplistic route of just being in the moment and being myself and not putting as much stock or worrying as much about what the future holds. And I guess that's always been, not always, it was definitely more recently, there's been my issue or my strife, is trying to not put so much stock in future Millie that I forget about the present Millie, if that makes sense. But yeah, if I do post this, whoever's watching, you're getting a glimpse into the inner workings of my mind. And if I don't, then hello Millie in the future, and this is how you were feeling at the time. This is what you were thinking.